Hey, you guys. I am here to talk about 9 years of being a single mom. And I know that I'm not a single mom anymore. I found love again, and I'm incredibly happy in the new life that I have. And I feel so blessed for all of it, but it didn't come easily. And it was way more challenging than I ever expected it to be. So today is the anniversary, and when all of this happened, it was just me and my daughter kicked out of a house, left alone on the side of the road on a curb, like 2 or 3 doors down from where her dad lived. I didn't have a job, so I could not support myself. I was a stay-at-home mom before that. I didn't have my keys, our car that we had shared together, my cell phone, my purse, my wallet. I didn't have anything. In fact, all I had was this little SpongeBob backpack, and it was full of Bethany's diapers, wipes, toothbrush, toothpaste, probably pajamas, and a change of clothes. This bag was always packed, and it was always next to our bedroom door. And whenever we would leave, we would just throw it in the back of the car. And we know that we would be fine for the day. We could go stay the night somewhere, do whatever we wanted, and we know she would be taken care of. This is all I had. I didn't even have a toothbrush when I left. This is all I had. Like, not even kidding. I remember the day that I finally was able to save and get my own cell phone. I got a Metro phone. I got the cheapest thing that I could possibly afford. Or the cheapest thing that they had, because that was all I could afford, I should say. And I remember like crying and feeling like I made it. Like I felt like I won the lottery. And I remember crying because I felt so accomplished. But we started from nothing. And we were lucky to have the support of my aunt, who lived pretty close by. She's the one that picked us up that night when we were kicked out of the house. And I was not cheating. I know that's going to be everyone's first, go-to. Was like, oh, well, if you cheat, you deserve to be kicked out. Because I'm a firm believer in that too. But I was not a cheater. So I just want to make that clear before this video continues. But it was crazy. One morning I woke up, and my relationship wasn't perfect by any means, but as far as like materialistic things, anything I wanted, I had. Anything I asked for, I got. And I was a stay-at-home mom, and that meant a lot to me to see Bethany grow up every day. And the next day I woke up, and my life was a complete 180. And I was fortunate enough to have Bethany and leave with her, but that also meant sharing her with her dad on Wednesday nights and every other weekend, which was brand new. I had slept with her in the same bed as her since the night she was born in the hospital. So now I finally had a bed to myself, and I could wake up without back pain, but I couldn't sleep when she was gone, and it was horrifying. The scariest part is not knowing what my future held, and not knowing what was going to happen to my daughter, or if I would ever be able to support us. It was very important for me, and also really selfish, to not want to give up my time with her until she started school. So welfare did pay for me to go to programs at college and do welfare to work. And my aunt was watching my daughter at those times. I also somehow got into this program where they paid for my college free to be an automotive technician. And the first class you had to take was for electricity. And now, ironically, it's something I use every day in my job that I currently have. which just worked out some weird, crazy way because I was never expecting that. But along the way, I've learned a lot, and I felt a stupid amount of pain. But it all worked out for the best. We had huge struggles. We've borrowed people's cars. I've had to borrow money. I've had nothing. I've opened up the fridge and only had bread, butter, and Nutella for like enough for one sandwich. So I just gave it to her and went without. And that's fine. As long as she was taken care of, I was fine. But I'm telling you, we had some really rough times. Sometimes I would question if I should try to make it work with her dad, or if I should just keep going, because I knew eventually it would get easier. And I am so glad that I stuck it out through all the hard times. Because I know that if I would have stuck it out with him and went back to that easy life, that I would be nowhere as accomplished and feel how I feel right now. And our relationship just wasn't going to work. He is exact opposite of the type of person I seen for myself in the future and what I wanted in the future. And Josh is the person that I wanted to find. So it worked out on that account, definitely. It's not easy. It's been such a rough struggle. And my life now isn't 100% perfect at all. But we went through so many struggles and so many heartbreaks, and unfortunately she had to meet other guys, because after you're dating someone for 4 or 5 months, you need to know if they're going to be good for your kids, so you have to introduce them to each other. So she did meet a few people before she met Josh, but it just didn't work out for one reason or another. But everything led me and her to where we were supposed to be. And it's scary, it's absolutely horrific to not know how you're going to pay your bills, or where you're going to be living, or being on the side of the road 9 years ago right now without a phone or an ID or money or anything, not knowing who was going to come pick us up. I was thinking maybe my mom's going to come get me. He said he would call my mom. And I thought, she lives like an hour and a half away. What happens if someone comes in the next hour and a half and tries to hurt us? And I remember just being terrified. And you have to put a big, brave face on. Life has not been easy because I chose to not work it out with my daughter's dad. In fact, sometimes I think life would have been much more difficult if I would have just been like, okay, like let's rewind and go back and make it work, just so I wouldn't have had those struggles. But it would not be satisfying. And I would not have the life I have now today, and that's for sure. And I'm so glad I'm on this side of the spectrum. And still, even after 9 years and finding a family and becoming whole again, it really was like a puzzle had been made, and there was a few pieces that were missing. And before we could put those pieces together, it was like the whole puzzle was shattered. And now I feel like the puzzle is being made again, and that all the pieces are almost fixed. You know, life isn't perfect. And sometimes you'll, put a piece in and it won't fit right. But honestly, I'm so much more happier in the life that I have now. And I still do get worried on how she's going to feel when she starts getting in relationships, because I know me personally, my parents' divorce didn't affect me near as much as I thought it ever would have until I started dating and getting in relationships myself. So it's something that we talk to her about, and we try to keep as open of a conversation as we can. But I did it. I got through it. And I'm not a millionaire. And I'm not here with like loads and loads of properties and super successful and whatever. But just from where I've been to where I am now, and the things that I've overcome, and being a single parent and meeting someone else and blending our families together has been astronomical. I never would have expected to be here where I'm at. And it almost feels unreal. But I know that it means I made the right choice. And to you, Bethany's biological dad, thank you for stepping up, especially recently, and getting clean and being there for her more often again and being who she needed to have again. Thank you. It is beyond appreciated. And to my husband, thank you for picking up this puzzle that was once just thrown around with all the pieces missing. And thank you for helping me put it back together. If you are out there and you're a single parent and you're struggling and you're not sure what decision to make, you're not sure to try to work it out again with the other person or just go on and be single, I can't make that decision for you. And either way that you go, you're going to win part of it and you're going to lose part of it. Like, no relationship is perfect. And you're going to be like, man, if I would have just left earlier, like, I wouldn't have to worry about this. Or if I would have just stuck it out, I wouldn't have had to worry about this. That's just normal. That's just life. That's how it goes. But you alone have the ability to overcome and grow and expand yourself. And by working hard and just getting support, it changes everything. And I didn't have a lot of support. Hardly any support at all, if we're being honest, when I was a single mom. Really, the only person I had was my aunt. She's the one that like took me in and let me rent a room from her for a year or two. And that was my biggest support. But if you're out there and you don't have that person, you don't have that someone that you can just look up to, and you need to write someone, or you just need to vent to someone, my best friend Diana was there for me to vent to. And she would just like hold my hair and just let me talk. And she was such a wonderful ear to talk to. And if you need someone like that, then go ahead and write me and message me. And I'm probably not the best person at responding, and I'm probably not the best person to talk to, but I am a listening ear. In whatever side of the journey that you're on, and whatever journey it is that you're on, I hope to go through it with you if you're having a problem on it. Because that's what I wanted. I wish that 9 years ago tonight I could have seen this video and someone could have told me like, it sucks right now. It is the shit right now. You are in turmoil and you feel like you have just failed and your life is just sinking around you. But guess what? In 9 years, you're going to be married. You're going to have the life of your dreams. Not everything is going to be perfect. There's some aspects that are going to suck really, really bad. But it's just because you're so blessed that you have these other issues. You know, like, not everything in life is going to be perfect. And that's fine. But the issues I have now are nothing compared to what I had. And the life I have right now, I never imagined my life could be as good. Ever in my life as it is right now. And thank you for everyone who's been here along my journey. Whether you helped a lot, or you helped a little bit, or you just listened, or you just checked on me, or you just checked on my daughter, or you took me out to lunch because you know I probably couldn't afford to eat that day. Thank you. Thank you. You are the reason why we made it. And it's hard. And it's so incredibly intimidating and scary. But if I made it and I had nothing, you can make it too. So that's my story. And I'm so sorry that I got emotional. But today is 9 years and I couldn't be happier. And maybe some things are just meant to not work out. If you're going through this, I am praying for you, and I hope you don't feel like you're doing it alone. I know it's scary and it's tough and it's absolutely crazy, but you got this, and I have total faith in you. I'm praying for everyone a brighter future, and I will see you guys next time. I love you.